Paranormal.
You could take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal.
Yeah.
If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal.
Yeah.
If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Buckle up, I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4-5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystallize. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the
Yeah, I
portal.
gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
That's our theme music. Every good heroes should have some theme music. Thank you to Supremes of the Ohio Valley. Shout out to them for that dope theme song. For 6 years, they've bought you their brand of the paranormal. They've gone out of their way to piss people off and to look at this shit in a different light. What have they accomplished in these 6 years? Guess we're gonna find out tonight, aren't we, folks? Are you sitting back? Are you comfortable? Are the lights turned off? Are you ready for us to scare the shit out of you? No, seriously. Y'all scared? You shouldn't be. What's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to another Thursday night. This is Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the God of Knowledge studios. I am your host, Jiggy. Gotta light that blunt. Hey, 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 hey. Smoke weed every day.
I'm smoking.
And what is good, everybody? Thank you for joining us. We're live. We're here. Now, I don't know if there is confusion. Were you able to start it on the thing that you already had put up?
No.
All right, so folks may be confused over
There's
there.
still,
Maybe
but no,
yeah.
people are coming in.
Yeah, all right, good.
Give
Just want to make sure
them
that's
another
all
minute or
people.
so,
I'm in the wrong fucking place. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm trying to take out the chat. But yes, it is our 6-year anniversary show. That's right, folks. Six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 years. Is that 6 años? No, año is new. No, yeah, right? Yeah, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm trying to brush my Spanish as I'm trying to think about a million things. But thank you for everybody who's joining us tonight. We are going to rock out. We're going to have some awesome guests joining us later on in the show. various folks who have spent time. Some of them here in the garden. Some of us smoke, chilled with us. Maybe someone may have done psychedelics with us. You never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know who might be on there with us. We have folks who have just been supporters of the show, who have helped out and done some dope stuff with us. You know what I'm saying? Again, this is what we do. So we want to definitely have some of those folks chop it up with us tonight because they are a huge part of the show, as well as everybody in the chat. I just want to take a quick second. What's up, Raphael, Diego, Steve Cambian up in there? I just want to thank those folks. Cause a lot of you folks we see a lot. You know what I'm saying? You guys have been here with us. Shout out to Cool K. I don't know if she's around. I don't know if she's in here yet. I don't even know if she'll be able to make it tonight. But shout out to her because she has been with us since day one. How dope is it? I'm going to tell you how good she is with ParanormalHooD. She remembers shit from like shows that I don't fucking remember. Because I don't go back and listen to these shits. It's rare occasion that I've ever listened to a show. It's like once you kind of do it, it's out there. It's in the ether. I don't really worry about it. It's not going to go back and critique my performance or anything. I don't really give a fuck. I usually try to find shit. Like we got punked by the Howard Stern show a couple of times over the years, and I think it was like 2017 was the year where they hit us like 3 or 4 times. And I'm a Howard Stern fan, so I know exactly what the fuck it was. So that shit like that, I don't even remember what the fuck it was. I have to go back and look for it. So even that, I don't really go back and listen to shit. So to have someone like Cool K who remembers shit, and it's just dope. You know what I mean? So shout out to her. I hope she gets to join us tonight just to show us some peace and love. I also just want to let everybody know who are fans of Mysterious Forces, are friends of Tasha. She's was going to be on with us tonight, but she's not feeling too good. So I just want to make sure everybody sends her some peace and love and some healing vibes, some real shit. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about the real peace and love, some real vibes, some real things going on, not some ass ascension bullshit. I'm talking about some real shit, folks. So just please send her some peace and love, all right? So we're going to rock out tonight, folks. We're going to have fun. We're going to do the show a little bit the way we normally do it. Then, like I said, we'll have some guests jump in here with us. We're going to do a little reflection on things, talk to them about, you know, where we were at, where we're at now. That is one thing, especially recently, that I just want to say to folks that I know that for some people, I don't know if we've lost fans because we haven't gotten any pushback. That's the one thing. It's like, I don't think anybody has really come like, yo, I've been a fan of the show for a long time, and all of a sudden you motherfuckers just flipped up and blah, blah, blah. Because I don't think we ever switched up. I think we've always said that anything was possible, but we were going to do our diligence as investigators. Like, we legitimately are paranormal investigators. A lot of that stuff gets overlooked by everybody in the mainstream and shit because we don't dress like them, we necessarily don't talk like them. Well, I can talk like them apparently because I get told how great. You know, you speak so well. What the fuck does that mean? Like, did you think I was gonna come into your hey boss? I just want to talk to you about some ghosts and shits and everything, sir. And I figures that we could go on down to the cotton fields and maybe we can go out there and look for some spooks. No. Okay. And anybody who
they could have, maybe they thought it was gonna be, you know, more hood.
More hood. Oh, that's right. Oh, hey, yo, dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, these motherfucking ghosts and shit, you know what I'm saying? These motherfucking, you know, these nigga ghosts and no, I don't talk like that. Like, we speak like this, and this is our place of comfort. For 6 years, what we do on Thursday night is talk about everything that we think about the paranormal. And it starts with what we have experienced, what we believe, what we're trying to investigate. So, this is our comfort zone. Excuse me, I hit the blunt. We smoke weed, we cuss, we swear and stuff like that. We talk like adults. We're not concerned about anybody's feelings getting hurt. If they're here to listen, they should know what they're getting into. By the first 10 minutes, you should pretty much know what's going to happen here. So you're either here because you dig what we do, or you're a fucking troll who just wants to fucking keep an eye on us or some shit. Not that I give a fuck. Good luck with that. You ain't going to see much but us smoking weed and talk on the way we talk. But in 6 years, we are definitely supposed to grow. And we went from one mic. No, actually, we went from cell phones and shit, and one mic, and now, you know, you see where we're at. We weren't doing cameras and stuff. Nothing was live. Most of the stuff was never live, really, unless we filmed something. Occasionally, we would do something out, but it was very rare. And then we started filming it live because for some reason, you motherfuckers want to watch us smoke weed and shit and everything too, I guess, and feel like you're getting high with us, which is cool. Get that contact high. And our thoughts about everything, how we see things, what got us into this stuff, which is a very important factor, is our own personal experiences have brought us to the point where we have always questioned everything. And now even more so as investigators, all the stuff that we've learned in this time, that's only 6 years of the podcast. This has been going on investigating before that too. So just keep in mind, this isn't anything new. So
every year we go deeper and deeper and deeper.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's what we do.
Find more and more, just uncover more and more truths.
Cool Cat, I don't know if you heard your shout out, but I was just speaking right before you came in. I just wanted, because I was telling folks how you literally have listened since fucking day one, and you know more about the fucking past shit than I do. And every now and then you're like, no, Jiggy, you don't remember and shit. And I'm like, oh, I did? Okay, if you say so. So peace and love to you and shout out to you. A1 from day one.
You're a moderator now, Cool K. Raph, you're a moderator. Steve, you're a moderator. Fuck it. Tonight we might make everybody a moderator.
Yeah.
Fuck it. We'll make the trolls moderators too.
That'd be funny.
Fuck it.
Wait, I can keep trolling? If you're a troll in here tonight and you really want to be able to troll, we'll make you a moderator. There you go. If there's one troll who's willing.
No, I won't. Maybe we'll let you troll. You can say whatever you want, and the mods won't fucking kick you out. They'll fucking get rid of you or whatever. But yeah,
we won't censor it. You can attack us. You just can't attack any of our guests or anything like that. We won't allow that. But you want to talk shit to us tonight, go for it. Maybe you've been listening for a while and you've got some shit to get off your chest. There you go. Okay? We won't even censor you. Just don't get crazy and make that. Because I think, there's some shit that want the thing automatically kick you out if you get too
some
insane.
things it will automatically, the YouTube automatically moderates shit anyway.
Yeah. So just be cool, but you can talk a little shit. So if you got something to get off your chest, tonight is definitely the night. And I do want to know, I think it's very important for you guys to be able to give us some feedback, because a lot of you folks have been here and heard us, how things have changed and how we talk about stuff and how we approach things. And as listeners, as, part of the family, because ain't no fan shit, this is family shit, we'd like to hear how you feel about that. So before we maybe even do the news, if anybody in the chat has something they just want to say, like, thumbs up, thumbs down, because we have not gotten any negative feedback. I think that people have always expected us to be what we are, who we are, to talk like we talk, and this has continued. It's never changed. We have not skipped a beat like at all. So, just saying. Look at all those damn wrenches up there. Y'all better do something good with them. I don't even know what you can do with it. So yes. So if anybody has any little feedback, you're more than welcome to give that tonight too. And as we move forward, for you guests and stuff who really ever want to have something to say, you motherfuckers need to get with the technological shit, because we no longer do blog talk, and just go download Skype, because Skype or Google Hangouts at some point, but Skype seems to work better for some reason with our system. You don't have to do video. You can do video if you want. If you haven't been seen, you want to be seen for some reason, you're more than welcome to do that at some point, but we'll be integrating that into the show more. So all you motherfuckers who eventually want to have something to say or even be live, because you've been a part of the show, just go fucking download Skype, okay? Please, thank you. Anyone's wondering, what? Yeah, that's Cool K. Sorry, because that's Cool K in the chat, folks. That's what I was talking about. So give her a hand, like a round of applause thing, like a hand thing, clap thing, I don't know, emoji or some shit.
What's up, out of minds? You're a moderator. You're a moderator. You're a moderator. Everybody's a moderator tonight.
Everybody gets a wrench. That's right. Look under your seats, folks. You all have wrenches. What's up, Periscope? You motherfuckers want Periscope, you got to go over the actual YouTube stream to be able to do the chat and be able to hear and see any of the guests tonight. So I would implore you to please do that, because unfortunately Periscope isn't integrated all this shit. I don't know. CW is the person we got to ask about that at some point, because I know he did it. He used to. I don't know if he still does. No, he doesn't, because I would see it on Periscope. But he used to do his Periscope stream live too at the same time. So maybe he can give us some.
Well, he's just doing himself. We're integrating everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. We tried to do it before.
Oh, the chanter will be here, Mario. Is it Mario? Did I say that right? Yeah, Mario.
Yeah, Mario Heat. Yep, chanter will be on. We have a lot of guests coming on later on in the show here.
Just be patient, my friend. Right out with us. Have some fun.
We got Willie Myko will be here. SOTOV or JMC from SOTOV will be on. TW Chanta.
Kelly Farmer.
As we already mentioned, Natasha of Mysterious Forces Radio will not be able to make it on. She's
under the weather, so send her some peace and love, folks. I know y'all know who she is. Send her some peace and love.
Send her some light. Raise your vibrations and send it her way.
Of course. So there's some positive energy, no negative bullshit. And we have Steve Cambion joining us tonight too, folks.
Oh yes, that's
right.
We
So
got Steve Cambion.
Yes.
Who else do we have? No, maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
As things go.
We'll roll the wheel and see what happens tonight.
We'll smoke a whole lot of weed.
Oh, yeah.
A whole lot of hash.
Oh, the wheel speaks well tonight. What's up, PD Crack? You see you smoking them Dutch? You think Dutch Masters? No, we smoke Fronto over here, sir. I haven't smoked Dutchies in years. Yo, it's been a grip since. I don't think I smoked Dutchies since. Damn, when's the last time I smoked a Dutch? Like legit was smoking Dutches all the time. That would have been like back in 2000, like 7, 8 maybe. Maybe 2009. It's been a grip though. You know, the frontals will work. Sometimes backwards. Or when I travel, like when I'm in fucking Florida, you get the this dude sells the leaves like right from Jamaica. Them shits ain't sprayed none of that shit because he brings them over and shit. Them shits is dope as fuck. So I wish somebody up here carried them. What up, Brandon Young? Peace and love to you. Welcome. We're all over the place. I'm about to do some news in a minute because we're gonna.
Brandon, you get a wrench.
That's right.
Yeah,
Everybody, look under your seats. You're getting a wrench tonight.
Petey Crack, you get a wrench.
All right, just bear with me for a second here. Gonna be a lot of weed smoke tonight. Who's smoking with us? And what you smoking on tonight?
I guess a couple of stories.
Yeah, I just gotta get down into my thing. Just give us a second. Fuck it. We're all over the map. Beats like that. It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary.
It's hash.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Pineapple juice. Nut from concentrate.
Oh, here we go. All right. Let's start the circus.
Wellness Farms, citrus sap. That sounds good. We are smoking on some skunk
Dream.
number 1, some Blue Dream, and some Bubba's Dream.
Hey, Diego doesn't have a wrench. Diego should have a wrench. All right, folks.
Okay, Diego gets a wrench. Diego gets a wrench. Shishka berry? I haven't had that in years, Diego. Nebula, that's some good stuff. I've had that.
All right, folks. For those who don't know how we do it here at ParanormalHooD, in the beginning of every show, we explain to you that we spend our time, that 6 days in between each show, looking for that weird, that strange, that odd, that different, that not necessarily mainstream news. Now that news could be here on Earth. And yeah, I said Earth. E-R-F. I like saying Earth. I know how to spell it. I know how to say it the other way. It's like saying Earth. Shortcut. Or maybe it's up to the moon where I say Michael Jackson resides. He's still alive. He's about to do his nightly performance. I still do think Mike's alive. Just want to let you all know that, okay? Or maybe it's up to Mars, the supposed red planet. Or somewhere beyond. Something we haven't heard of. Someplace out there that hasn't been explored yet. But if it's out there and it's making the news in its paranormal nature, we find it and we bring it to you every Thursday night. On this segment of the show, we simply call Smoke Kings Paranormal News. So Smoke King, since you're over there rolling blunts, I'll start because I actually have a cool fucking story over here. But I'm going to let you know what's going on, folks, if I can find it. There they go. Oh, God, I hate this fucking things. La 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 la. Do 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 do. Sorry, I hate technology. Where the fuck did it go?
God damn it.
Okay, I completely lost everything. Y'all gotta bear with it, brother, that's all.
All this farms are the dropship tree. That'd be nice when you flower that out.
What'd you say?
Flower dropship tree. PD crack, yeah, mushrooms too. Nice. I'm on mushrooms too. Not a lot, just a microdose. Probably about a gram, maybe a little less. Not much. Probably eat some mushrooms this weekend, baby. It's nice enough on Saturday night. Got a new fire pit. Got a nice new pond and a waterfall I built out in the back. So sit out there, listen to the water, watch the fire. Yep.
All right. Antiquities looted in Syria and Iraq are sold on Facebook. So any of you folks want to get a piece of some of their history, maybe you can buy a Stargate or some shit. Apparently this shit's on Facebook. Facebook is being used by networks of traffickers to buy and sell looted antiquities, the BBC has learned. Private groups also discuss how to illegally excavate ancient tombs, according to research by academics. Facebook said it has removed 49 groups following the BBC's investigation. The BBC has also seen evidence that antiquities are being smuggled from Iraq and Syria into Turkey, despite a police clampdown and the retreat of the Islamic State group. Roman mosaics still in the ground in Syria are being offered for sale on Facebook pages shown to the BBC by Professor Amir Al-Azim, an archaeologist who had to leave Syria and now works at Shawnee State University in Ohio. On the rooftop terrace of a restaurant overlooking the Bosphorus in the Turkish city of Istanbul, he points to a Facebook photograph of a sculpture which a user in northern Syria claims is from the ancient site of Palmyra, if you say so, looted and damaged by Islamic State. Sorry, this other shit is written. Professor Al-Azim has spent 2 years trawling through hundreds of Facebook groups, many of which are private and often have thousands of members. What we've seen an explosion of sites and users on Facebook. It's transitional, and Facebook is essentially allowing this to happen on its watch. People use the groups to exchange ideas on how to dig up sites. One writes about an excavation that is underway and warns of the dangers of tomb collapse and suffocation. There are also loot-to-order requests. This shit is written really odd. In one case, Facebook administrators asked for Islamic-era manuscripts to be made available in Turkey. It has really opened our eyes to how accelerated these trafficking networks are, says fellow researcher Katie Paul. Now, if you dig something up in your backyard and you don't know a trafficker, you can hop on Facebook, share pictures of what you found, and connect with people who are willing to buy it. Is that bad, though, I guess? The actual transactions take place offline, out of public view. About 70% of artifacts leaving Syria are fake, according to the country's director of antiquities, but amidst the dross, there are some very expensive items. In a statement, Facebook said coordinating legal activity was not allowed on the site, and following the BBC's investigation, we have removed 49 groups. But Amir Al-Azim says many of the groups he is observing are still on Facebook. The trade is just not happening on the internet. Turkey has been used as a smuggling route for centuries. Millions of pounds worth of looted antiquities have crossed over from Iraq and Syria in recent years, Turkish police told the BBC. Tighter restrictions on the borders have stemmed the flow, but despite that and military defeats by the Islamic State groups, objects are still being offered for sale. So I guess you can go buy some antiquities if you really want. You got some money to spend.
Well, no, don't go buy some antiquities like that and stuff. Don't. Why it's not good if people digging it up. Okay, say you go out in your backyard and you find this stuff. There's a lot of shady people in that fucking black market business. They're like, yeah, sure, I'll give you $1,000 for that. They're gonna come here and they're gonna kill you and take everything.
Don't worry, bro, I got you. What you need?
Because what you have is worth way more than $1,000 and shit, and they don't have the money to pay you. They just want what you have.
Or you end up with some Phil Schneider type shit that's radioactive.
Or a lot of times, if you're trying to buy something that somebody's trying to sell, they're like, yeah, send me $50,000. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
And you get a rock. If you get anything at all.
I got a rock.
So there's you gotta be careful out there with that stuff. Plus this stuff is it actually doesn't even belong in a museum. It belong I don't know where. It belongs somewhere so everybody can enjoy it and stuff like that. I mean, I guess a museum and stuff. If you dug it up from like a cemetery or burial ground, put it back, bury it back where it was, and just leave it be. I don't but
be kind. Or talk to a museum or something, maybe, when that makes sense. Maybe
yeah,
a museum.
That's what I mean, a museum. But I mean, certain artifacts, should be, especially if it's around dead people, the dead, you just leave them there.
Okay. You're going to have to do your stories. I don't know what the hell. Oh.
I have to wait a minute, because I got to roll these blunts before this Fonto dries out, so.
Did I? Oh, I don't think I covered this story, actually. Okay. You guys ready for a good laugh? Give me a second here. Woman addicted to eating her dead husband's ashes.
You're an idiot.
How hungry do you got to be to eat your dead husband's ashes?
You're an idiot.
Ew. Okay. Yeah, you can just go ahead. Let me just do this story. Last night's
Let's
season
throw
finale
it
of
in the
My
thing.
Strange Addiction. Last night's season finale of My Strange Addiction featured Cassie, a 26-year-old widow who admittedly having a tough time coping with the loss of her husband after he died suddenly from a severe asthma attack. See, I kind of feel bad.
I was gonna mention that show, and it's funny that that's on that show because that show people eat all kinds of fucked up shit.
Cassie has an immediate and unhealthy attachment to her husband's ashes. Carrying them around with her everywhere, she went, including to the movies and shopping and even making meals for the ashes. Is it? Okay. But after she accidentally got some ashes on her fingers one day and feeling bad about it, just wiping them off, she decided to lick them off.
Epic fail.
Since then, she's been unable to stop eating her husband's ashes.
What is she gonna do when she runs out of his ashes?
Maybe she's just doing a little bit, like, spoonful. Like maybe she. Cassie says the ashes taste like rotten eggs, sand, and sandpaper. Oh my god!
Yeah.
You are one pathetic loser.
A combination she's grown to love. Okay.
You are a huge nerd.
Cassie has eaten about 1 pound of the ashes. There are only about 5 pounds left. Despite the fact that the ashes contain a combination of chemicals from the embalming fluid, which actually cause psychosis when ingested, Cassie's biggest concern is that she will eat the ashes until they are all gone, and then she won't have any ashes to hang out with. Well, her mother knows about her addiction. No mention was made of whether or not Cassie's late husband's family knows about what she's doing and how they might feel about it. During the episode, Cassie went to see a therapist where she didn't seem to make much progress and repeatedly threatened to commit suicide should she actually eat all the ashes. In the end, she checked herself into an inpatient care facility, perhaps a first for the show, which was not allowed to bring her ashes and is under 24-hour surveillance. All right, see, it started. I can't even give her an idiot shit because
Yeah,
clearly
that's more than.
I apologize. That was a downer. Yeah. Wow. Woo. I couldn't even watch a show like that.
It could be because, like they said, there's all kinds of chemicals and shit in there that they still embalm a body and stuff, even though you're gonna be cremated because they probably do
She
the
said
wake and everything
it
and
tastes
stuff.
like rotten eggs.
To the chemicals and everything like that, it's like fucking smoking wet when they dip the fucking shit in embalming fluid and shit. Except she's got it. It's even worse because it's been in a fire, and when the chemicals change chemically and shit and all that, that's just a big chemical cocktail. And she's like, that shit probably really fucked with her head. The psychosis is don't eat ashes, people. That's the moral of this story.
Yeah. Don't smoke them either. Because supposedly some people
Out of
smoke their
mind.
homies' ashes. What do you say?
Says mom's got to be worried because she will not want to be cremated now.
Nobody, or at least not let her get the ashes. Put them shits up and lock them up in the safe. That's fucked up, though. Can you imagine that being like, yo, Cassie's coming over. Hide all the urns. Get rid of anything. It even looks like a fucking vase. Anything. Just get rid of all of it. Sorry, we should make fun of Cassie. That's kind of fucked up, but sorry.
All right, I probably heard some of these. I haven't really talked about it. I've read any of the stories. UFOs invading military airspace multiple times per month, but public won't be told anymore.
Wait, but I thought
Not like you was telling us much anyway. Since 2014, UFOs intruded upon military airspace as often as several times per month, a military official told the Washington Post in a follow-up published by the Post on Monday. The same official said that the U.S. Navy will not share any more information regarding what they call unexplained aerial phenomena with this public, despite drafting formal procedures to document UFO sightings on an ongoing basis. There have been a number of reports of unauthorized and and or unidentified aircraft entering various military-controlled ranges and designated airspaces in recent years. The Navy said in a statement released to Politico, who first reported on the new approach. The Navy is updating and formalizing the process by which reports of any such suspected incursions can be made to the cognizant authorities. A new message to the fleet that will detail the steps for reporting is in drafts. The new process comes in response to multiple sightings of rounded objects spotted on and tracked on infrared cameras, including footage of so-called Tic-Tac UFO crafts. Released by the New York Times in 2017. During 2004 incidents with the Nimitz carrier strike group tracked multiple UFOs off California's Baja Peninsula, with pilots, radar technicians, and other military officials confirming the mysterious technology. At a certain point, there ended up being multiple objects that we were tracking, one of the officers said. Stations aboard the Princeton missile cruise escorting the U.S. Nimitz said in testimony described by the issues of science and technology. They all generally zoomed around at ridiculous speeds and angles and trajectories, and then eventually they all bugged out faster than our radars. The vehicle's buzzing military installations are described as having no air intake, no exhaust, or other indications of power sources or known methods of generating thrust. Joseph Gradshear, spokesman for the Office of the Department Chief of Naval Operations for Information Warfare, described multiple recorded sightings per month of the Washington Post, but emphasized that any further information will likely remain classified. Congress may see reports with broad statistics regarding the numbers of sightings and conclusions taken from follow-up investigations. But while the Navy plans to keep its UFO sightings out of the public eye, the politicians who help fund the Pentagon's shuttered UFO program, the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, says UFO sightings are far more common in military circles than previously related. Speaking with CBS affiliates in Las Vegas, former Secretary Majority Harry Reid described widespread sightings on military bases. You just can't hide your head and say these things are not happening, Reid, who has previously described a UFO arms race between the United States and competing countries. We have military installations with hundreds and hundreds of people who are seeing these things. See right there, he just confirmed it right there. It's us.
Mm-hmm.
No. We have military installation. We have United States and competing countries in the UFO arms race. So right there, he's telling us that we have UFOs and they have UFOs. It's all us. These things are all us. It's everybody's building us. And fucking a lot of these things on bases are probably some fucking kid who just got a new drone. Is like, cool, let me go see if I can see anything in the military fucking base.
Yep. And they can't find out where that kid learns this shit from.
Yep.
Some kid got a bunch of drones and put them all together to make one big ass fucking drone.
All kinds of it. Could be that. Any number of things. It could be a fucking reporter trying to get a story with some new fucking high-tech drone that they got. They're flying in there. It could be some fucking truther trying to prove that there's fucking aliens there. Who the fuck knows? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and most likely it's other countries' military and stuff like that. The stuff that they fucking probably have is, it's fucking ridiculous. Just think of what we have. Think of what they have.
Crazy shit. Everybody got some crazy shit. Just saying. It's aliens, though, right?
They're here.
It's always aliens. Aliens. Okay.
All right, let's see here. I got another good one, maybe. India's army claims it found Yeti footprints in Nepal. The world is skeptical, though. Breaking news, Yeti are real, and they're on the move, at least according to the Indian Army, which said Monday that its mountaineering expedition team stumbled upon a set of mysterious footprints in Nepal this month. Okay, they said they stumbled upon a set of mysterious footprints. They didn't say confirmed that it's Yetis. No, we are not confirming that. Oh, good. Thank you. We're not confirming that the elusive snowman exists, but while the prints might be a fraud, the report seems to be real. The Army tweeted from its official account Monday that the expedition team had come across mysterious footprints of the mythical beast Yeti measuring 32 by 15 inches. Close to the Makulu base camp on the 9th of April. The post included several photos. True believers on Twitter congratulated the Army, but by and large, the internet wasn't having it, and many of the Army's million followers were less than impressed. Many questions were hurled, scorns was heaped, and there was an understandable skepticism about the mythical Yeti, also known as the Abominable Snowman, Bigfoot, Skunk Ape, among other things, which lore describes as a giant, hairy, ape-like creature living in the Himalayas and mountainous forest regions throughout the world. Could you guys call a single animal expert before posting this? One person wrote. Is this a prank? Is somebody pranking someone? Another person wrote. The detail that most undercut the Army's claim was that the footprint photos seemed to suggest that the alleged Yeti is one-legged, which skeptics were quick to point out. The Yeti travels by jumping on one foot.
1 foot?
There were many comical comparisons to the adventures of Tintin. I always knew Tintin was right. He was the first one to spot the mysterious beast Yeti. Some more measured in their response, debunking the claim and officially offering alternatives, more realistic explanations. Perhaps footprints were from a snowshoer, for example. The Army's response from social media, it confirmed that the video and photographic evidence had been handed over to subject matter experts. Oh, they got experts in the Army over there in India.
Experts.
On the Yeti.
On the Yeti?
A mythical creature.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Still, it stands it wanted to publicly share the news to excite scientific temper and rekindle the interest. Mm-hmm. In 2013, a group of researchers analyzed hair allegedly from the mythical beast, as reported in the Washington Post. At the time, the study suggested a match with the Paleolithic polar bear, which might mean that it was a living hybrid between this ancient bear and another species, one strange enough to inspire myths in the locals who spotted it. Dun dun dun.
Is that it for that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yetis. Yeah, okay. Listen, we're going to do one more story?
Do one more story.
You know, I have to say, folks, this is the best way to end the news, because this person, for consistently, since we have done the news, I don't remember what year we started doing the news, but has always managed to somehow, on a monthly basis, sometimes bi-week.
We started doing the news 5 years ago when I joined the show.
So, there you go.
Because I wasn't here for the first year.
And now this guy, listen. So, Anomaly Hunter, and let's see. Now, before I even say his name, does anybody know who I'm talking about? Let's just say he's an Anomaly Hunter. We love talking about him. Let's just see if anybody's got it. But okay, Anomaly Hunter spots tomb on Mars. You guys have to know. If you listen enough, you should know his name. We constantly get to say this fucking name. Anomaly Hunter, studying NASA's images on Mars, believes that he has found evidence of a tomb sitting on the surface of the red planet.
You're an idiot.
The odd discovery was made by the indefatigable. How do you say this fucking word? Indefatigable? I'm not fatigable. Whatever. Come on, anybody know? Anybody? I'll count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You gotta give him
7.
a little bit.
All right, before I say his name, of the website ET database, as he was examining photographs taken by the Mars Curiosity rover from 2016. Despite having previously looked at the images when they were initially released, the rogue researcher was taken aback when he noticed something that had somehow slipped past him at the time. Oh.
Epic fail.
Right there in the center of a photo, he marveled, was a box-like object which he suspects is some kind of tomb. According to his measurements, the vault looks to be around 7 feet long and sports a cover that appears to be slightly raised in one corner, suggesting that the oddity is hollow. Also notes that he contends are sculptures on the sides of the alleged tomb. Never once to mince words about his sensational discoveries, the Anomaly Hunter declared that this find is absolutely 100% proof that intelligent aliens once thrived on Mars.
You are one pathetic loser.
Skeptics will, of course, counter his claims with the argument that the tomb is actually just a rock and that any special significance associated with the stone comes from the mind of the observer and not the object itself. Paranoia. What's your take on this weird find? He says the evidence of a lost Martian civilization or merely a trick of light and shadow. What do you think? But okay, yo, look at this real quick. Does anybody know this guy's name? Come on, it kind of slipped out. Anybody? Okay. His name.
Yeah.
Hold on, because he gets them all.
You are one pathetic loser.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jackass.
It's Mr. Scott C. Waring.
I'd like to thank Mr. Scott C. Warren. He's been a big part of the news.
Everybody,
big part
give him
of
a
the
round
show
of applause. Thank you, Scott C. Waring.
for the last 5 years. I mean,
Woo!
we've done more stories by that guy and reported more news from him than anybody else. He's also won more idiot awards than anybody else.
Anybody? Yeah,
Anybody.
yeah.
There's only been a few people that have gotten more than one idiot award, and he's probably fucking got 100.
Yeah. See, he's like Security Team 10, like Tyler. Like, he's not as bad as Scott. Because you don't really see him make up stuff. This is usually just secondhand information and just bad choices of what the fuck it's supposed to be.
But Scott
Scott
just
goes
out
all
there,
out.
and he just fucking
He's out.
he
He's
just,
the man.
whew,
Remember
he
that
just making
name,
up
folks.
stories.
Remember that name. That man just constantly. I would give him 6 of them, but I don't want to annoy you
Welcome,
guys.
Michael Adams, C.W. Chanter, Paranormal Circle, I think was in there. Yeah, everybody gets a wrench tonight.
Everybody gets a wrench.
You get a wrench. You get a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench.
Don't abuse your wrenches. All right? Tonight's wrench night here at the ballpark, kids. All right? So everybody gets a wrench. You enter the ballpark, as soon as before you go to your seat and you get your peanuts and Cracker Jacks, you guys are going to get a wrench, okay? Then you go up there and sit down and watch the Sox play the Sox. Because you know the Sox can't play the Sox because the Red Sox can play the White Sox. They used to have the Black Sox, too. But weren't they like the controversial team or some shit? Like the Chicago Black Sox? No, there really was a team, but I believe they were like, something happened with them. If anybody would know, CW would know. He's got that kind of mind, too. But I believe it was the Chicago Black Sox that like had some kind of, it was like gambling. I don't know, whatever, some shit. But whatever. Listen, folks, real quick, because we're going to jump in the chat. But we got to play a little bit of music. We're going to bring our first guest in as soon as that music is over. So don't go too far. We're going to bring them in one by one. We're just going to talk a little bit with each guest because they're all very significant to the show. They are a part of the show. They help to be the reason we continue to do this show, as well as you folks who are here, even the folks who are joining us for the first time. So don't go too, just stay there. We'll be in the chat, and then we can chat a little bit if you have some questions, whatever. But just listen to music, and you can roll your blunts down, get ready. And then tonight, we're just going to rock out. We're going to celebrate 6 years, okay? 6 years. 6. Seis. I don't know how to say it in any other languages. For some reason, I can say other words, but I never learned how to count in multiple languages except for English and Spanish, okay? All right. It is the Chicago Black Sox, right? Anybody know? But we'll figure it out. I'll come in the chat. All right. I won't come in the chat. Literally. You know what I'm saying? That's... Sorry. All right. We'll be back. We'll be back, man.
I'm giving you all of my love, so you can visualize all of my pain. I scorch you with all of this fire, just to grow you with all of my rain. I'm giving you what I embody, cause what I embody is part of you too. But you must have forgot, somewhere down your whole road line, the program took over your truth. And this is why I came, to leave my legacy in flames. So pick up a torch, carry me forth, and let my light create the way. It's been too long playing slave. If I free this down, can we behave? Other than that of a creature that's strange. You wanna tame God, then capture his brain. Listen, a bird born to the cage thinks flying is ill. Yet, they don't wanna catch this cold. So, now they're alone cause the coop was flown. When that roof got blown, I shed the skin till the truth gets shown. Till that 10th gate open and we see that throne in the room where the gods are grown. Open your universe, immerse through this inverse, and see the path that we stumble on. It's made of self-hate. But if we valued each other over our different ways, killing the strangers with hopes of better days. We would live forever instead of living for the grave. So show me your worth. What you bring in earth? Do you ever show love for the things that you hate? Do you ever show patience for the things that can wait? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, show me your worth. What you bring in earth? Do you ever give something that you can't get back? Do you ever see the truth then lie about the fact? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, what you bring in earth? Will it save and protect, or will it get paid and neglect the rest? Or do you preserve and respect what's left? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, show me your worth. Too many souls walk around here front. You can have all that money and still have nothing. All of my small motherfuckers show me something.
Yeah, fuck the Messiah. Fuck the Messiah. Cause me, I know the Most High, and I know where that infinite dwell. So why would I go outside of myself and lie to myself? Fire and light all up inside of myself. Yes, I am God. They wanna separate everything great. Tell me to wait on the savior of space. Meanwhile our people are dying and they just replying it's coming, just wait. The fuck do you think? I mean really just think. Languages play DOS to the brain, so everything spoken is framed by shape. You can give knowledge to a man, but you can't make him think. I am just bridging the bird and the snake. Further my verses get under the surface, the more I reveal what is under my face. I am indeed multi-dimensional, human supreme. More you connect with the words that I speak, just know I reside in the spaces between. So fuck your Messiah, fuck your Messiah. Cause me, I know the Most High, and I know where that infinite dwell. So why would I go outside of myself and lie to myself? Fire and light all up inside of myself. Yes, I am God.
So show me your worth. What you bring in earth? Do you ever show love for the things that you hate? Do you ever show patience for the things that can wait? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, show me your worth. What you bring in earth? Do you ever give something that you can't get back? Do you ever see the truth then lie about the fact? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, what you bring in earth? Will it save and protect, or will it get paid and neglect the rest? Or do you preserve and respect what's left? Man, show me your worth. Yeah, show me your worth. Too many souls walk around here front. You can have all that money and still have nothing. All of my small motherfuckers show me something. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, look at me, I'm the one that you came for. I'm everything you ever wanted, no change though. I'm the cheddar, the green, the guap and the cream, the bread and the butter, but man make the dough. I'm the reason niggas kill folk and make the lies that you call true. I'm the reason why they call troops and drop bombs on the lands and they call truce. I'm the false truth. The American dream ain't nothing it seems until you believe and make me your king. Be slaved by me and these shackles are free. And they got diamonds, man, look how they bling. I'm the reason why they rap and the reason why they sing. And why niggas told gas just to jack everything. I'm your purpose for living, forget everything but my lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. If you catch us alive on a ride, I provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies are our truth. Their lies are true. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? I got my eye on you too, making sure you brainwashed through the YouTube. I'ma get your kids lost in the most views, show them how I boss move, trying to fit in God's shoes. Spitting bars, no lawsuit, but when the consequences fall through, watch it all fall down till the goat don't move. As the violence ensues, I'll broadcast it all on the news and tell you there's no choice but lose. And tell you there's no voice but that of my own. If you value your own, stay quiet or get silenced like phones. I am all in your home. I control what you do, what you buy and consume. I make truth out of lies, and if you don't comply, I send Jacqueline Hyde to make sure that you die. Their lies are true. Their lies are our truth. If you catch us in a lie, on a ride, I provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies. Their lies are our truth. Their lies are true. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? How you living is a lie. What you dreaming is a lie. What is best, how you dress, the power is sex. Even every choice is different, false pretense. Because spite of everything you knew, you're now faced with the demon in you. I'm the evil that you try to hide. Those thoughts are suicide, homicide, genocide. I'm hated, it's more masochistic. Hades couldn't fathom this shit. I'm the reason why grip exists, bitch. Put me in the room with the purists. Betty coming out like Judas. Show me all the truth and I shoot it. Put holes in the honest man movement, cause the honest man stupid, yeah, the honest man useless. Ain't no money in the truth, and the love of money is my root. So as long as you dummies stay hungry for the bread like seagulls, I'ma spread evil on the wings of an eagle. I used to be arrows and olives, now it's money and power. I took heroes and scholars and turned them to villains and martyrs. I'm a limitless author. Watch you paint a pic so sick with the blood of your kin and the tears of revenge. Watch my masterpiece unfold in the end. Here, you can see it better if you sitting on these rims. And I'll give you all of this money so you can have all of the influence. And I'll think it's all just so funny cause I gave you the truth. Now look what you do with it. Exactly what I wanted. Keep frontin', hoping eventually it'll mean something. Cause when it's all said and done with, I'll remain to do the same to the next generation of lames that can't love. Their lies are truth. Their lies are our truth. If you conscious and alive, wanna ride, I'll provide you with truth. Just listen to the lies. Their lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? How you living is a lie. What you dreaming is a lie. What is best, how you dress, the power is sex. Even every choice is different, false pretense. Because their lies are our truth. Their lies are truth. Why you waiting on God to decide and finally realize it was all just a lie? Yeah. Yeah. Gotta scream it like alert, alert, spoil alert. Another track with another verse. Coming from the nether world. Got this body on a tether cord. Portal on my back like a ninja sword. We at war, but the fog don't show. What the conscious knows, so that I can't see where the mind won't go. Love is the absence of fear. Befriended the demons, so angels stay near. Angles appear. Shapes create prisms and prisons of mirrors. Clash with the gods with this pen as a spear. Been through the hell without showing the fear. We implode what you hoping so dear. Explosion is flow to your ears. Fractals on fractals of focus so clear. Dying so well that my living is weird. But you feeling is weird. But you feeling is here. Cause the truth is the truth, nigga. No matter what you call fact. And the fact of the matter is, I'm certain I'm mad on these tracks. Controlling the frequency as I vibrate so geniusly, it's just the free in me. Or maybe these shrooms gave birth to my truth through this womb. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Popping shrooms, rolling lie in my London fog. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. My London fog. Fucking London fog.
But it appears that the ancients were interested in the study of how to discriminate and discern which were the good angles coming in and which were the bad angles. In astrology there are angles or angels, and the language of angels is astrology.
Yo, everything came from black, so we can put a halt to the races. The issue is awakening the mass population for removal of the faces. See, what you seeing is a matrix, so what you seeing is a womb with a full spectrum, bringing life when the ray hit. I can hear it like I'm hearing what my name is. I can feel it even running through my veins in. They made a maze for amazement. I took a prison and I turned it to a playpen. I am Christ in the flesh, fire in a fire-based body, pouring water on the earth when I air. It's all inside of me, what shall I ever compare? It's all surrounding me, what shall I ever draw near? They want me drowning, but fire and water put me in the air. All in that ether and gather as soon as I think and imagine it. They want me dead when I spit on this bitch, niggas rise up like Lazarus. That's fucking supreme, I'm programming dream while they talking that fabric. I will call audacious, revealing the faces on all of your savages. That's why I be getting high in my London fog. Popping shrooms, rolling lie in my London fog. That's why I be getting
S, which means you need to avoid electrosmog. Basically, the electrical definition of sacred space is the only place where your aura can unpack. And it's correct to call that the awakening, because it's literally the further and further propagation of your field according to the laws of phase conjugation.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
Buckle up, I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4-5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystalline. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots at this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the
Yeah, I gotta hold on to this feeling. I be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone, if you not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
It's the remix.
Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal.
If you get us up on the big screen, just play the music in the background. Yeah. I just want to keep playing it. Just keep playing it. But I won't just keep playing it. I will keep playing it, but I'll just play it in the background in a minute and play it low. But like I say, every good hero should have theme music, and that's our theme music. Yes, folks, 6 welcome back to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're live and direct in the God of Knowledge Studios. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I'm Smoke King.
And just as Smoke King is working on bringing everything to the live screen, let me just take a second before I bring in our first guest and just say, you know what's dope too? Like, when I say, like, it's our theme music. Every good hero should have some. I bet you most people don't even get that reference. And I've literally played the drop itself, and some people don't even get that reference. But it's just one of those movies. They used to call them blaxploitation movies, but it's just one of those movies. If you kind of grow up in the hood, you got your hood pass, or you just in the hood movies and shit that most people in the hood would kind of watch, you would know this movie. So before I even say that, I'm going to see if anybody other than our guest, because I know he probably would know, but anybody else in the chat would know what I'm making reference to, what movie that would be from. Again, it's our theme music. Every good hero should have some. And I'll even give you a little spoiler here. The theme music was done none other than BDP. You know who BDP is? Boogie Down Productions, because it was all of them, including Miss Melody, his wife. See, because I know hip-hop, so I could tell you some hip-hop trivia. But there's nothing doper than when I'm going to let the chat, see if the chat can marinate on that one for me before I even give that away. it was dope when these brothers, you know what I'm saying, we got to rock out with them, we got to talk to them, we got to, you know what I'm saying, interview them. But we've actually had them sometimes live on us just talking about stuff that we talk about, you know what I'm saying? So it was dope. We up in Vermont last summer, and we chilling, we're doing our thing. There was people journeying and stuff, you know, smoking. We in the woods, like in the tents and stuff, chilling and stuff, up there with our friend Scott. And yo, my man hits me up like, yo, I got this dope fire for you. Like, out of nowhere, too. Like, he had kind of said, like, you know, at some point, yo, I want to throw some shit together for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I really, really am feeling what y'all doing, and, you know, y'all show love, because we show nothing but love. We love their music. You hear it here every week and stuff, so you know what I'm talking about. But he was like, yo, we just made this fire for you. And he sent it. And just imagine, like, being in the woods where there's no cars really going by. There's no other sound. It's just kind of you, whatever sound you're creating. And you just turn on your speaker and you just blast this shit. And smoke was blasted in the truck, too. So it was the bass, everything was there. And you just hear this theme music. And I'm just like, yo. Like, I think about all the years that I spent in hip-hop and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Breakdancer. I was a hip-hop artist. I've opened up for Public Enemy, some other different groups and stuff. Been on tour, a little bit of tour work when I was young, singing. I did all that type of shit and stuff. So when I thought about how I would rap about Paranormal Hood, if I was going to put pen to paper, it was almost like, you know, like they were just in our heads. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jiggy, this is what Jiggy would say. You know, this is how he feels about, you know, what we're doing with the movement and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it was just dope. Jay, you there with us?
Yo, what up?
JMC. SOTOV, which is the Supremes of Ohio Valley. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How you doing?
Yo, peace and love to you, man. I just had to do a proper introduction because, you know, I said, like, when we was up in Vermont, you remember when you hit me with this joint, man? I was like, yo, this shit is crazy.
Yeah, that just happened because we was talking about it, and I was telling you before, like, yeah, man, I just need really the perfect beat, and I'll be able to go ahead and, man, and I heard this beat, my homie Khan, shout out to Khans, and I was like, yo, I gotta have it, and then as soon as it dropped, I already had the hook, I already had basically the whole thing done, and then I sent it to him, like, bro, have fun on it. You know what I mean? Send it back to me. I want to do it. You know what I'm saying, for my homies. They got a show. You mean called Paranormal Hood that they do, and I wanted to be their theme music, so I needed the sound. You know what I mean? Hook me up. I was like, I need all the creepiness and all of that good shit. And he was like, then he said,
right.
Like I said, just imagine being up in the woods, hearing that shit. It was like, it was just dancing through the trees, man. It was like, even the woods was like, yo, this shit is dope. Like, the trees was dancing to that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could just feel that rhythm. The stars were just, it was just perfect, man. It just really captures.
It made me think of y'all immediately when I heard the beat, and then as soon as you mean the lyrics just started running across my brain, and I was like, oh, this is it right here. Let's get it. You know what I mean? And then I sent it over. He sent it back, and first person I sent it to was you. I was like, look, you gotta have this. It ain't out yet, but it's about to be out real soon. Here you go. This is for y'all. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate what y'all do, and I be tuning in. I've been playing in ninja mode recently, been in creative mode. So I've been in
hip to those ninja books, so I'm sure you know what to do.
You know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all for sure. Ain't even let me have the opportunity to be able to do that and represent what we do, and in collaboration with y'all do. That's perfect. It was perfect.
It just, like I said, the song, it captures exactly what we're trying to do, what we're trying to say, what we're, you know, the weed, it captures the psychedelics, you know what I'm saying? No violence, nothing. It was peace and love, but you know, we're from the hood. You know, this is what we represent. It talks about exactly who we are. And folks, just so you know, it is available on all platforms. Obviously, you know, you can just go grab it, play it, bump it. You know what I'm saying? Support them. They got some other dope music. You heard a couple of tracks that they're playing, man, because their shit is fire. Yo, Jake, before I just want to get off track real quick while CW's in the room too. So CW has challenged. I don't know when you went. You went to where did you go last year? Was it Contact in the Desert? Which one were you at in Cali?
No, I was at the. It was the Conscious Life Expo.
Did you meet Jordan Sather there?
Sound real familiar.
You may have met him. I don't know if he was there. I'd have to look into that because I was at Conscious Life this year, but I wasn't there. But I actually was at Contact in the Desert. But CW Chant has pretty much challenged this dude to a rap battle because Jordan Sather said he could drop 16 bars. Yeah. Yo,
You think he's Eminem?
Yo, CW, here you go, yo. We'll even fucking judge that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a real hip hop artist, someone who's been, I've been doing the security and industry, everything. I started out in that fucking industry. I would love to see that rap battle, yo, because I wouldn't even challenge him to a rap battle because I'd murder him. He would just get trashed. Like, he wants none of this. He wants, like Jay, like not saying CW that you're not up to par. I'm just saying like I've been doing this shit for 49 fucking years. Well, not 49 years rapping, but music, all that shit is just what's in your blood. It's just in your blood. It's what you've been doing. You do it your whole life. I ain't out there trying to fucking be a 49-year-old rapper, but trust me, I got bars.
Oh yeah, I believe that. No doubt. No doubt. Bars recognize bars.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I just don't spit. Like no one wants to see a 49-year-old fucking rapper. I was so tired of the fucking industry because doing that shit. That's why I ended up going to the other side and doing security and shit. I was like, fuck it. Like there was some people who paved the way for that shit.
You on the track.
What'd you say?
Get you on the track. We're gonna call it the first of the last or some shit like that. The last and the only. One track.
I disguise my voice. They wouldn't even know it's me. I wouldn't even do it like that. I would do it like when I first started doing ParanormalHooD. I used to wear masks and shit and everything.
Hold on, because we're not even live yet, guys. Hold on a second.
Okay.
This fucking new YouTube beta studio bullshit.
So they can't see us?
No, nobody can see us right now. Hold on a second.
But can they hear us?
No, nobody can hear anything. Hold up a second. This fucking stupid thing just fucking stopped.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the evil cabal.
Yo, man, I'm waiting for some of that new music, man.
Bro, tomorrow.
Okay.
Tomorrow on some me and my homie Nicasso was on some Jada Kiss and
Okay, they can hear us and see us still because it's
Oh.
my thing is this YouTube beta. Okay, so everybody can see us. We're good then.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Tomorrow we got I got a song dropping with my homie Nicasso. He was in on that one up joint that we did. We was on our Jada Kiss and Styles P thing one time for the one time, having a lot of fun lyrically. Just kind of really showing off on the low. I ain't gonna even lie about it, but there's definitely a message in it as well.
Yeah. No doubt. All your music, man. I'm telling you, y'all got some dope tracks. And the tracks are about a lot of the stuff that we talk about. That's why it was just so hard hitting to hear our own track. But, dude, like this, I think it's important, too, where we come from, where you come from. You know what I'm saying? You're from Ohio. You're in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? I know you're in Ohio. I don't know if you're in Cleveland, but Ohio at least. But, you know, there's a whole group of people. And I've talked about this last week, and I said they're marginalized, but not because of a lack of them just not wanting, you know, to have people of color or people, minorities, whatever, in this field and stuff. It's just because most people don't talk about this shit. And I think it's important to keep spreading the conversation. I think the more and more you talk to people, the more we've reached out there over the 6 years of the radio show, but over, you know, the years that we've been investigating and stuff too. We go to hood. I mean, you see some of the stuff we put over the years have been in, you know, some of the toughest neighborhoods in the city of Boston. You know, we grew up where we're raised and stuff. You know, we hang out, we got family there and stuff. So we absolutely go to those places, and a lot of those people think it's cool to be able to kind of talk about this stuff, and they'll be quick to point us to the areas. So that's why I think it's important, like, you know, hip hop artists like yourself who aren't just talking about the same old bullshit. You know, we know people get money and everything. We know people got guns. We know motherfuckers is gangsters. We know everybody can be hood. We already know all that type of stuff. We know what everybody can do and stuff like that. But it's cool to create.
You know, alchemy, niggas. Can we talk about the spirits and the energies that surround us, the shit that we can't see? You know what I mean? I feel you. That's like all the other shit be. So you know what I mean? I don't know. It's like for people like us, that's all just boring talk. You know what I mean? Like we're more interested in the shit that people can't physically see and do. And a lot of people in the hood are the same way, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you mean like they're the weird guys and shit like that if they're open or talk about it a lot, or conspiracy theorists, or you know what I mean, whatever, all of this other nonsense. You know what I mean? But you, like you said, they're quick to point you in those spots because a lot of people still believe in that stuff. You know what I mean? Spirits and ghosts and aliens and the afterlife. You know what I mean? Like I know so many cats from the hood who've been on. You know what I mean? Like just like you on at death's door. You know what I mean?
You know what I
Like
mean?
and
Like
seen
seen
some
some
whole
whole
other
other
shit.
shit.
You know
You
what
know
I
what I
mean?
mean?
So
So
they know that shit real too. You know what I mean? So
I know
I
what you
know what
mean.
you mean.
We
Hey,
gotta
we
do
got
that bridge, the
that bridge, the
connection.
connection.
Elevate the conversation, elevate your thought process, elevate your mind. I think the me first introducing weed back into my life after such a long time because of brain surgery, because of dying and all that type of shit. But then smoking, educating me, Willie Myco educate me, the whole Trip Team family on, psychedelics and stuff too. But I just think that there's a part of the hood, man. Like if you could just get some brothers together, man, they just be angry as fuck about some shit. And let them actually sit in a room and just do some psychedelics the right way and just let some of that anger go and stuff. You see people like Mike Tyson, which is amazing. Anybody, I mean, if I say the word Mike Tyson, I doubt there's anybody who's listening right now, anybody in that chat who'd be like, who's Mike Tyson? Like, everybody knows who the fucking champ is. You know what I'm saying? He's still the champ. Like, you don't call him anything but the fucking champ. He's the people's champ. He always will be. But this motherfucker, who was a ferocious animal, this motherfucker, I'll eat your babies. I'll take your heart out, motherfucker. I'll break somebody's hand. I don't give a fuck. Like, this motherfucker was straight up. Yo, this motherfucker did some psychedelics. He did the Toad, the
Yeah,
DMT.
yeah.
I seen that
I seen that
motherfucker.
episode on Joe
Yo,
Rogan.
but go listen to his podcast. I tell anybody who's a Mike Tyson fan, he has hot boxing. It's him and the other dude, Eben Britton. Excuse me. He's a cool dude actually. Listen to him because he's not Mike Tyson, so it kind of makes sense. He offsets the show. It's not two motherfuckers who are exactly alike. But the fucking podcast is dope as fuck. And when you hear this dude talk and knowing his history, because we all know his history, it's not like you don't know this motherfucker's history. And to see what psychedelics did for him, I can just imagine a lot of these motherfuckers who were just so hard 24/7, who were just stressed and just got all this stress, PTSD from the streets and shit like that. Yo, give these motherfuckers some psychedelics. Fuck weed. Like some psychedelics in the right condition and shit like that. Yo, you'd humble a lot of motherfuckers, man. There'd be a lot less ego and a lot more peace and love in the hood.
Bro, like it's so
Bro,
crazy.
like
The
it's so
study on that
crazy. The
shit is
study on
like,
that
you
shit
know what I
is like,
mean,
you know what I
damn
mean,
near,
damn near,
irrefutable. That's
irrefutable. That's
shout
shout
outs
outs
to
to
what they doing up in,
you know what I mean, Denver,
I mean in Colorado,
I mean, in
whatnot.
Colorado,
Oh
or
yeah.
not.
Literally,
Shout
With
out
their
to
yeah,
Denver.
yeah,
but
but
I would go. You
I
mean
would
like I
go. You
would
mean like I
go as
would
far as to
go as
say
far as
like
to say
that's the
like
type of
that's the
like we
type
just
of
need to have
like
a
we just need to have a
open
open
have it open like
have
that
it
for
open
people to
like
be
that
able to
for
try
people to
and
be able to
enjoy,
try and
like you said,
enjoy,
in the right
like you said,
environment,
in the right
of course.
environment.
You know
Of
what I mean?
course,
Because
you know
a
what I mean,
bad trip is
because
a
a
bad
bad
trip.
trip is a bad trip.
But
But
there's like
there's
I
like
don't know, man. Like
I don't know, man,
all
like
the education
all
and
the
shit that
education
they've
and
been doing
shit that
about all
they've been
this
doing
other
about all
shit.
this other shit.
If we would have spent that
If we
same
would have
money
spent that
doing
same
what
money
you know what I
doing
mean
what
for
you know what I mean for
psychedelics and whatnot and
psychedelics
teaching
and
people
whatnot and teaching people
some
some
whole
yeah, the whole
value of life would
value of
change.
life would change.
They did a
They
study
did a
overseas. I
study
think it was in
overseas. I
Sweden or
think it
some
was in
shit like
Sweden or
that
some shit like that
about it, and like eighty
about it. And
percent of the
like
people who did
80% of the
it,
people who did it,
number one,
number one,
80% of the people who did
80%
it
of the people who did
had
it had
an experience where they
an
spoke to a
experience where they
spirit
spoke
or an
to a spirit or
extraterrestrial
an
or
extraterrestrial
whatever. You know what I
or
mean?
whatever. You know what I mean?
They
And
all mentioned
they all
seeing
mentioned
everything, being
seeing
able to see
everything, being
everything
able
and
to see
fly
everything and
anywhere,
fly
like
anywhere,
type shit.
like
Like they
type
was on
shit.
some
Like they
whole
was
other, you
on
know what I'm
some whole
saying?
other, you know
And
what I'm saying? And
90% of those
90% of those
85% of those
85%
people
of those people
said that it improved their
said that it
quality of
improved their
life
quality of life
afterwards. Year even
afterwards.
you know what I
You're
mean?
even,
Like
you know what I
years
mean, like
afterwards. You know what
years
I mean? Like
afterwards.
down
You
the
know what I
line, they
mean?
still
Like down the
feel
line,
like
they still
this type
feel
of
like
shit is
this type of shit
because
is
of the experience they
because of
had
the
on
experience they had on
they
psychedelics.
were able to see the
They were
world and
able to see
view
the
it in a
world
whole
and
nother
view it in a
manner,
whole nother manner,
which gave them a better
which gave
quality
them a
of
better
life,
quality of life,
which I think everybody
which I
should
think
be
everybody should be
entitled to.
entitled to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we do what we do. It's more than just ghosts, it's more than just aliens, it's more than just conspiracy theories. There's a whole lot. It's hip hop. When I talked to DMC, he said to me, he was like, yo, just talking back, knowing, where I did security for him a long, long time ago back in the 90s and stuff a few times, and then seeing him again a few years ago. And he's like, yo, when I hear what you're talking about and where you are now, like, you're hip hop, like, what you all do represents hip hop. So it's a whole lot of stuff that goes on here. So that's why I try to tell people, especially anybody who's listening for the first time, the conversation might be a little bit rough for your ears because we swear and, maybe we're just not everybody's cup of tea. But the conversation is genuine. The conversation is real. And we are constantly evolving as paranormal investigators. That is the main purpose of who we are and what we do. That is the main purpose of the show, is to actually be investigators. We're not fucking Monday morning quarterbacks, as I stress all the time, just sitting here every week spitting out a bunch of random shit that we're not doing research on. And we're not we go out, not just fucking YouTube research, not just internet research, not just reading books. We literally on fucking pounding the pavement out there, traveling, going to places, going to events, going to urban exploring and stuff, checking out places and then bringing this stuff to you.
You know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what I
so like,
mean? Like,
and
so
then
like,
all of
and then all of the man,
y'all got it
you
locked in
y'all
that
got
whole
it
area. Like,
locked in
he's
that
right
whole area.
about
Like
that.
he's right
Run's right
about
about
that.
it being
Run's
hip
right about
hop.
it being hip hop.
I mean,
It just
it embodies
embodies
so
it
much.
embodies so
And
much.
you're right
And
about
you're
the
right
fact that
about the fact that that
sort of topic in
sort of
hip hop and
topic
those
in hip hop and
conversations
those
in hip hop are
conversations in
kind of,
hip hop are kind of,
avoided.
avoided.
But yeah,
But
that's what
yeah,
we
that's
here
what
for.
we
You mean to
here
be able
for.
to
You
see
mean to
shock
be able to see
value,
shock value,
to the people. They're
to the
like,
people. They're like,
these
damn,
motherfuckers
these
talking about
motherfuckers was talking
God,
about God,
fucking
fucking
psychedelics,
psychedelics,
monatomics,
monatomics,
celestial
goddamn
mechanics, and
celestial
then they fucking
mechanics,
loop
and they
back
can
around to
fucking loop
some
back
other
around
shit.
to
You know what I
some
mean?
other shit.
Like,
You know what I mean?
we
Like
have to be able to
we have to be able to
encompass it all.
encompass it
And
all. And
eventually, it's coming around.
eventually,
It's coming around where
it's
more
coming
people
around where more
it'll
people
be a topic
it'll be
because
a
when you
topic
start talking
because
about
when
the
you
stuff
start
that you're
talking about the
talking
stuff that
about, then
you're
we got to
talking
get
about, then
into
we got
people's
to get
gods
into
and
people's gods
and
and you know
everything
what I
like
mean and
that.
everything like
Start
that
coming in, and then
starts
that's where
coming in, and then
everybody
that's
puts
where
up their
everybody
walls
puts
and
up their
stuff.
walls
They
and
don't want
stuff.
to talk about
They don't want
that.
to talk about that.
Yeah, sorry, I had to check in messages. Everybody's hitting me up and stuff. They forget that we're live, but it's cool. That's the thing, the words, the lyrics. That's what I say about you, like hip hop and stuff. I've even over the years, there's some artists, even like Cannabis and stuff. There's different artists who have spit. Like I remember Cannabis. What the fuck is that song? I just hear the lyrics, but he's talking about stuff, and I'm like, oh, like this is a deep ass song. Like this dude has really thought about a lot of the stuff that we talk about. Like he's deep into it, because he put his heart into that song. And you'll hear some artists here and there who say stuff and everything that kind of resonates with the stuff we talk about. But that's what we do too. We look for hip hop that goes along with what we're talking about. You can listen to some of them. I'm just not really captivated by the mainstream stuff. Like it just doesn't work for me. It's the same thing with mainstream television, everything. Like I've just kind of tuned all this stuff out. And what I listen to is what I listen to. And I listen to stuff for research, but I also follow and listen to people who I can rock to. And when I turn a song on in the car, I want to hear something. When I turn a song on in the house, when I turn a song on when I'm chilling with my friends, I want them to hear stuff that's not some fucking nonsense, the same over regurgitated bullshit. So even to the point where maybe when they haven't heard it before, they'll be like, yo, what's he talking about? Like, what is this? The fuck is he talking about, man? Why this dude talking about God and how, different things and stuff? And it's like, there's different perspectives to all the things that we've been taught. If I've spent my 49 years here now talking the same old shit, listening to the same old music, and I haven't learned anything, then I've wasted all this time. I've learned absolutely nothing.
Absolutely,
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 you got to evolve.
absolutely. You
That's
got
what
to
it's all
evolve.
about.
That's
It's
what
all
it's all
about
about. It's
evolving.
all about
People want to,
evolving. People want to,
stay the same. When you
stay the
hear,
same. When you hear,
what you hear
that's
nowadays
what you
music.
hear
I never
nowadays music. I
switched
never
up. I've
switched
been a
up.
real
I've
nigga
been a
since
real
day
nigga
one.
since day
I mean,
one.
that's what you
I
hear
mean, that's
the
what you
same fucking
hear the
time. But
same
if you
fucking
ain't
time. But if
evolving,
you ain't
then
evolving, then
you I don't know what to
I
tell
don't know
you.
what to
I mean,
tell
it's
you.
kind of
I
hard.
mean, it's kind of hard. I mean,
When you reach that kind
when
of
you
point,
reach
not to
that
be
kind of
like
point, not to be
dickheadish
like
or
dickheadish or
egotistical about it, but it's
egotistical
almost,
about it, but it's almost,
really nothing
really
anybody else
nothing
could do for
anybody
you.
else
You know
could
what I
do
mean? It's
for you.
all up
You know
to
what I mean?
you.
It's all up to
You know what I mean?
you.
So like you
You
can
know what
be
I mean? So like you
introduced
can
to a
be
million
introduced
different
to a million
things.
different
You know what I
things.
mean? And in
You know
your
what I mean? And
brain
in your
and how you
brain and
process
how you
it,
process
you'll
it,
never want
you'll
if you
never
don't
want
want
if you
to
don't want
actually
to
figure out what
actually
the
figure
hell
out what the
makes you feel
hell
that
makes you
way
feel that
or
way
why
or why
this keeps
this
happening
keeps
or
happening
the
or
energies
the
like
energies
this
like
and
this
why is
and
this and
why
why is
is
that.
this
Like
and why is
people
that.
don't
Like
really give a fuck.
people
People
don't really
just
give
go
a
to
fuck. People
work
just
and
go
you
to
know what I
work
mean
and
and
you know
everything
what I
like
mean
that.
and
But
everything like that. But once you want to
know,
then
then
eventually
eventually
the
first
shit
you start
starts
seeing
happening. First you start
numbers and
seeing
then
numbers
patterns
and then patterns
and then next thing you know
and then
you're
next thing you
fucking
know
knee
you're
deep in the
fucking
shit
knee
and you
deep in the
can't. You know what I
shit.
mean?
You
It's like,
can't.
whoa,
You know
this
what I
shit
mean? It's
gets
like,
way
whoa, this
deeper
shit
than
gets
what I
way
thought.
deeper than
But
what I thought.
people
But
don't like to get
people don't
past
like
that
to get
surface
past
level
that surface level
it gets
because it
uncomfortable.
gets
But that's what
uncomfortable. But that's what
psychedelics do. You
psychedelics
need to
do.
bounce back
You
off of
need to
that. That's what
bounce back off of that. That's what
psychedelics help open up
psychedelics help
that
open up that
make people feel a lot
make
more
people feel a lot more
comfortable.
comfortable.
I don't know. It's kind of
I
like
don't know. It's kind of like
seeing a mushroom is such
seeing
a
a mushroom is such
special
a special
type of
plant.
plant.
Plant. It's the
The
Shit,
dick in the pussy
dick
of
in the
the
mushrooms,
pussy
universe,
of the
the
whole
world.
universe, the world.
Without fungi,
Fungi.
we wouldn't
Without
be here.
fungi, we wouldn't
shit,
be here.
mushrooms, DMT, all that shit. If you go back and listen to this show, you talk about how we evolved. You go back before 2017, maybe the summer of 2017, and I was a whole different man, and my whole thought process on psychedelics was different. That I got educated, and I said, "Fuck it." My first thought was my brain, just because my brain has been through so much traumatic shit. You know, is this going to fuck my brain up even worse? And it was the complete opposite, you know, and doing DMT first, and then having journeys on mushrooms and stuff, it stopped a whole lot of things. It gave me a whole different perspective on a world that I thought I knew, but it also was the first time that I had ever been back to that place was when I died. That's the first thing it's literally the same thing. I was like, wow, this is the exact same fucking experience I had then. Not in the sense that the exact thing happened, but just being in that same space and understanding and everything. And I haven't feared death in a long time. I just don't fear death. I just know it's going to come back. I know it's inevitable, so I have no fear of death. I've been there, and I just understand whatever. But psychedelics gave me even a more understanding about what I believe death to be, but also what I think life is. You know, these are my own personal beliefs, but I think that it's, from what I've seen it do to some people around me who've tried it, and the testimonials and stuff that I've heard before trying it, you know, meant a lot. And I think it's much more than I ever thought it was. It was much more than the lies that people I've heard my whole life about marijuana and everything too. You know, I completely had bought into the whole Nancy Reagan with, you know, your brain, don't say no to drugs, you know, your brain on drugs type shit and everything, you know, whatever. And I'm just in a different space with it. And I will say that between marijuana and definitely psychedelics, it's one of the things that helped my brain after all that trauma and all the questions and all the just kind of things that I didn't understand. It has definitely been nothing but helpful. And as an investigator, it's helped me even more too, because it's put me in a better space. And it opened up a part of my brain I don't think even I was using the same way before. So I think if anybody can, you know, just give it a try, but do it in the right circumstance. I say this as a 47-year-old man at the time, that the right circumstances, it's for anything. It's like drinking alcohol. It's like anything. You know, if you sit in a room with a bunch of fucking idiots or a bunch of alcoholics, they're going to get you fucked up. They're not going to care that you're not a drinker. If you sit in a room with a bunch of motherfuckers who are just smoking weed to be fucking idiots or whatever, because there's even a kind of a cool, some people, I don't understand how people smoke weed sometimes and act the way they act. It's like, yo, dude, what the fuck are you smoking weed for? Like, you just need to go home and go to bed, motherfucker.
I know what you
know,
mean.
so it's the same thing with psychedelics. Like you said earlier, like a bad trip. I don't think that there's such thing as a bad trip. I think that it's part of the process, and if you're doing it in the right setting, Smoke King, Willie Michael, like shout out to them, really prepared me for my journeys. It was no part of me that feared it. That's what I'm saying. Like all those walls were taken down. So when I've had what I thought would have been a bad trip weren't bad trip. There were things I needed to deal with, but I was prepared for that. And then he was there, and he was there to guide me through it and stuff like that, and to be there when I needed to talk to him, but not fucking use my words, not use my lips and stuff, which is very important. So that's why I say I think the right circumstance for people is very helpful.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Every time that I've done some shit like that, you know what I mean? Like
but everybody's gonna see everything fucked up for a minute until we take a break and get ready for the next goddamn fucking show, because YouTube sucks fucking balls. Okay, you hear me, YouTube? You suck fucking balls.
No, he doesn't mean that, YouTube. Just please fix your stuff and get better.
No, YouTube, you suck fucking balls.
Get better, YouTube. I'm devil's advocate. All right, so we need to take a break and get our next guest in here with us?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Folks, just bear with us, because we don't really want to have to take breaks. We're going to take a quick break, play a little bit, just so we can get our next guest in here, because we're doing multiple things here.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. Everybody's gonna lose us for a minute. You're gonna have to wait until a new show starts in like a few minutes, because I gotta restart and redo everything. So everything got fucked up because of YouTube. So thanks, YouTube.
Thanks, YouTube.
So all right.
I didn't skip. I didn't do it the first time. I didn't skip it. I just handed it off to you.
Yeah. Everybody's messing up the rotation over here.
No, I was talking, so I just handed it off to her, because I wasn't trying to choke, as I was in the middle of my day trip. Jay, you can still hear us?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
Oh, we can't even hear him.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear me?
we got. Everybody, we're sorry. We got technical difficulties here. Jay, thank you if you can hear us right now. Thank you for being on the show. Everybody else right now, we will be back shortly. Sorry about the technical difficulties, and we will be right back.
Do they need to go to another thing? Because I'll tell them in the chat.
Yeah, I've already told people in the chat. Everybody's going to have to go to another thing and stuff.